For the last 3 months, I've published a video every week in an effort to build consistency, test my assumptions, and grow a community. At first, I created a content schedule on a digital whiteboard, but without a physical representation, updates on it became few and far between. So I went back to paper to organize my ideas and keep an eye on my progress. In that time, I've collected 4,500 views, published 13 videos, and hosted 2 creator hangouts. But the real highlight was that one simple question I posed to my friend Justin Espejo prompted him to make some changes that grew his following from 3,000 to 300,000 in 30 days.
Before that, my reels were like 1,000 views. Now a 20,000 view a day for me is like really bad. So
Hi, my name is Valentin, and after over a decade as a filmmaker, I now help creators like you to find sustainable ways to grow in the creator economy. One way I found sustainability for myself is to go back to paper and start bullet journaling again, because this simple habit of putting pen to paper allows me to clear my head in a tangible way. In my experience, every time I try to do it digitally, it either becomes meaningless or stressful, but by doing it without a screen, it gives me time to think and reflect. For me, it makes sense to have a rough plan for 3 months at a time. Any longer than this and plans get very fuzzy, as so much can happen until then. Now, with the beginning of a new season, it is time to flip over the page, reevaluate, and start fresh. While winter was about maintenance and steady progress for me, spring is an opportunity to explore new areas, go outside, and tackle bigger projects. And this simple page break creates the feeling of a fresh start and opens me up to new opportunities. So let me show you how I add a content calendar to my bullet journal in an effort to keep track of all my projects in an analog way. For the content calendar, I keep my notebook sideways and start by making 3 columns, then add the dates for each month, keeping it in a weekly order. That way I can see at a glance what the focus of any given week needs to be. For the projects, I start by making a few bullets with video ideas that I'm currently developing. For now, I use a pencil, so it is easy to change my mind when I have to. With those rough ideas, I start to place them in the calendar, giving me a quick glance overview. The next month is usually the most fleshed out, while it gets more and more sparse the further away the dates are. An exception to this naturally are any fixed plans and events that cannot be changed, like the monthly creator hangouts and travel plans. As I'll be spending a lot more time away from home in the coming weeks, one thing I really want to improve is my writing and focus my publishing schedule on that. So in addition to this time-bound view, I also have another page with quick access tab for any ideas that come to mind. This section is split into 4 to give a dedicated area for individual projects, 2 active channels, 1 that will launch not too far from now, and another section that is a catch-all for projects that may or may not happen. Feel free to adjust this to your own needs. But this system has really helped me to keep an eye on the bigger picture and take action when needed. It allows me to note things down right in the mornings without grabbing a screen. And that is how I keep track of all my ideas that I want to publish and share with you. Now, after using a bullet journal again for a few weeks, I quickly noticed the benefits of it. It helps me reduce my screen time, and storing thoughts on paper makes my task list a lot less daunting. But now I'm curious, how do you keep track of all your projects and releases? Do you do it on paper like me, or do you prefer to do it digitally? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, as you might have seen, the next video coming up is a full tour of my home studio. So if this is something that is interesting to you, please subscribe. But with that out of the way, I thank you so much for watching, and it is time to create.